Nice.
Good to have you in the studio.
Yeah.
Apparently, we don't have a blessing here, and we're hoping that she will be joining us. So it's not going to be, my words against yours. I mean, it has to be 2 against 1. That's the kind of thing we like as women.
Yes.
Like we like to come with full force.
You like the gender imbalance?
No, but when it comes to Lagos State, gender balance is big. We're big on gender balance
100%.
here in this part of the world. 100%. So please, if you come, you collect. All right, then. So let's get down to business.
Yes,
let's tell Lagosians what the roads are saying before we continue with the conversation. Earlier, I had a traffic manager around the Ketu out of axis. That's Aladesheye. He called in to tell me that there is an impediment at Koshofe inward, Mile 12, and that is affecting those of you coming in from Owode Oniri end. So you meet up with the backlog around Owode Lady. Please be patient, okay? He did say that the driver is nowhere to be found, but then effort is in top gear to get that impediment out of the road. So please just be patient and cooperate with the traffic managers there. Now, today on Accelerate Lagos, we're going to be continuing with the conversation that's talking about 360 Creative Hub, powering creativity, partnerships, and opportunities. I mentioned earlier that Ayobami is the head of special projects. So, in the last 3 weeks, we've been talking about special projects on the show. This is a new project on the block for Lagos resident. Tell me more about 360 Creative Hub.
Yeah, thank you, Taiwo. And I'm glad about the fact that we've been talking about this. Last week I was here and I asked him that it was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Essentially, the 360 Creative Hub, every time I talk about it, there is this excitement that goes on in my mind because of the opportunities that I present for Lagosians, essentially.
Okay.
So what we have seen is the fact that there are entrepreneurs who have gone through some basic skill trainings, but they don't have access to basic infrastructure, machineries, and space. So let me just play a simple scenario. We have gone to learn tailoring, right? Just like the 360 Creative Hub is a fashion hub.
Okay.
Fashion is part of creativity as well.
Sure.
All right. So I've gone to learn tailoring and I've gone to learn pattern making, illustration. But the first challenge I'm going to have is I might need to start raising capital to buy the machinery that I need to work. I might need to raise capital to also rent a space that I'm going to use.
Yes, please.
But with the 360 Creative Hub, you have access to all of that. You have access to the machinery you need to work as a creative person in the fashion sector. You have access to the network you need for access to market and business to customer. You have access to the space. So you're thinking in your head, fine, I don't have to start thinking about I am going to rent a new space to get my job done because this capital is intensive. I don't need to go get equipment, raise capital to buy equipment. So what we have done is cluster the creative sector with world-class infrastructure, a PPP partnership between the Lagos Employment Trust Fund and 360 Creative Hub. So if you work in there as a fashion designer or a pattern maker or a tailor or a seamstress, you have access to world-class infrastructure.
Wow.
And then you can achieve your goal. You said making business successful, right? So we're saying that rather than you thinking of, I need to get all of the capital I need to start, you can start by using the space, by having access to that infrastructure, and then you can save along the line to say, okay, after 6 months or so, I've saved money on buying the equipment, I've saved money on renting a new space. I can now, after a year, maybe set up my place where I've saved a lot of money. And then we have access to finance at LSTT. We can give you loans that are just 9% per annum. So you can add it to what you have saved and you can set up and you can employ more people. So that is where the opportunity is coming. So you have come into that hub, you have been able to use this space, you have been able to save money, you have access to finance to go to start on your own and you can employ more people. So the 360 Creative Hub is a cluster model where people who are in the same sector can come in to work together, and it is quite exciting. Just in rounding up the question, say there's a photography studio in that place. There is a pattern making section there. There is a finishing section. There is a consulting room. You can see how excited I am. If you come in there, you just come in. It's end to end from the entire from the beginning of the value chain to the end, even to access to market. 360 Creative Hub, they have a collection of networks of established designers and fashion labels who are even ready to handhold you as a hub user and connect you to customers outside, both in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria.
When you have a facility with state of the art equipment like this, who are the prospective users of this facility? You already mentioned a fashion designer, it seems a tailor or whatever. Can a caterer also come and cook or do their baking inside the same space? No, because they are all artisans, right? They are all entrepreneurs. Who and who are we targeting?
Exactly. So that's why it's called the 360 Creative Hub. Right? Like I said, fashion is also a part of creative sector, right? So we're looking for the creative sector individual, particularly in the fashion sector, right? So just look at it end to end, what fashion is all about. Fashion. End to end, what fashion. So are you an illustrator? Like I said, when I came the last time, I told Tim that I said, the clothes I was wearing on that day, right? I do it myself.
Nice.
The same thing I'm wearing right now, I do it myself.
Amazing.
So means that it's just a simple skill that I have, right? But there are people who, that is their job. So there are illustrators who make this kind of designers who craft the design, they are tailors. So end to end, from the illustrator, the designers, down to the cutters, to the pattern makers, right? To the tailors, to the seamstress, and then to the finishers, right? And then you go down to photography studio. So you finish and you want to show the world what you have made. So you have models. You need models who can actually go into the photography studio, model what you've done, and then you also have a co-working space in there. So you have people who have seen your designs. They want to come have a meeting with you. Let's close some deals. You have a consulting room. You have a training studio. Everything that the fashion ecosystem needs is inside the 360 Creative Hub.
So this is basically for those into dressmaking. Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yes, fashion.
Why are we sticking to this? I mean, there are 1,001 skills out there. Why are we sticking to this?
So
do not forget the fact that as a tailor, you can actually, work from home. So why are we focusing on this alone?
Yeah, so this is just a first of many. Right, this is just the first of many. Like I said when I came last week, I said there's still also the beauty hub coming up. Right, we have some conversations already going, also the gig sector as well. So the hub model is part of our Eco Hub project, right? And the idea is that we're looking for skills that are in demand, but that there is a gap in terms of infrastructure.
Yes, please.
So we are taking this decision because we have done our own work, and we find out that there's a infrastructure gap in this sector.
Okay.
And not just in the tailor area, like I said, it's the first of many. From tailoring to beauty, to the gig sector, the content, to even catering, right? We found out that infrastructure in terms of equipment and in terms of access to maybe space. Co-working, has always been the major challenge that these people have after they have the skill. So like I said, it's the first of many. It's just maybe because we have 360 Creative Hub already as one of our ready partners, and so maybe it's faster. But we have the beauty sector coming up, like I said to you before. So it's not just going to be about fashion. It's going to be every available skill that can create job and wealth for us in Lagos. And we have found out that there is infrastructure gap. So we can provide, either we provide infrastructure as LSCTF, or we have find a partner like we have done now with 360 Creative who have the infrastructure, and then we can bring in our own programming development into it, and we can give access to Lagos residents.
Peter, 360 Creative Hub is a project of a Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and I know that you are present in all the local government across Lagos. The 360 Creative Hub, is it present in all the local government in Lagos or selected local government?
Okay, so not sounding like a broken record, right? It's still, like I said, first of many. So this is like our pilot. Right, so the idea is that as far as Lagos is concerned, I think that Mr. Governor, like I always say, thank you to Mr. Governor. Like I said earlier, he's an he for she governor as well.
Absolutely.
And the board of LSCTF, our vision is to have this everywhere Lagosians can be touched. but we have to start from somewhere.
Sure.
That is the reason we're having the launch tomorrow. At the launch tomorrow, we're going to have several partners. We have consulates in Lagos who are going to be there. We're going to have our commissioners, our board members. But there's a high level launch. The reason why we're bringing all of those people into the room is to show them that this is what we can achieve with one space. Just imagine if we have, at least starting with the 20 local governments, what can we do? Or can we have 6 more? Can we do it across the Ibile sector? Can we do it across can we scale up to the Central District for a start and then move to Ibile, move to 20 local government, move to 57? So we have to show people that it is doable, it is workable.
Sure. And
one of the things that I want to just say in essence is just to also add that, we have our flagship programs at SCTF. We have our loan programs that from 50,000 to 5 million. We have our Lagos Innovate for tech entrepreneurs. We have our Lagos Cares. We have our employability, the business support unit. These are flagship programs, right? Now, at every of these hubs, we also have opportunities to have access to these programs. Just imagine, like I said, let me play a scenario for you. Just imagine that I have gone to the hub and I pay, it's just 7,000 naira to use that world-class facility for a day. And in the long run, you are able to save money. When you're done from saving your money and you want to start, we have our access to finance, our loans. You can add what you have to the loans that we have given and you can go start up. Or you're looking for business support. Our BSU unit can help you out with access to market and all of that. Or you're looking for skill, employability, right? We have all of those units who are also going to be present. So the hubs are also pipelines for people to be able to access all of our other LSCTF flagship programs.
All right, Lagos, you're tuned to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, and we are talking 360 Creative Hub, powering creativity, partnerships, and opportunities here on Accelerate Lagos this morning. Especially if you're in the fashion business, this is one thing you want to leverage on. I mean, you learned this skill. You do not have you do not have equipment. You do not have a space. I mean, all of these are just standing as a bottleneck for you to carry on and make money, be a boss of yourself. Hey, this is the time you want to connect with us on the program. You can put a call through on 0809 912 0777. You can also send a text to us on WhatsApp. Now, let me get this clear. Is it free?
Okay, so it's not free, but it is considerably discounted because it's a partnership between a PPP, a public-private partnership, that is Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and 360 Creative. I'm very excited about 360 Creative or managers. I mean, the founder, Blessing, because what she has done. If you look at that space, you will understand the value that you get. So there's a token that you have to pay to use the space. But for tomorrow, we had when I came in last week, we announced that we are giving for that tomorrow. LSTM and 360 had put out an advert to 30 beneficiaries to use the space for free tomorrow.
Just for tomorrow. Apparently, I'm just hoping that we can have a blessing. So she can at least give me an idea when you say something is relatively or reasonably. When you say something is reasonably affordable, how affordable?
Okay, so I want to put a picture to you, right? I always tell people, from my experience in teaching, right, the fastest way to learn is to see.
Sure.
I could tell you how much it costs right now. You're saying, right? It costs 7,000 naira to use that space daily.
Daily.
And that gives you access to everything in that facility. The industrial machines that are there are world-class machines. Like, I mean, you need to be there tomorrow, Taiwo, if you're free. Like I'm saying, if you see the equipment, right, they're world-class. They're finishing materials in there. 24 hours power supply. You're not working and somebody's telling you power is gone off, right? Everything you need to succeed is right there. As a fashion designer or as somebody in the creative sector, right? Because I talked about photography earlier, right?
Yes.
So I'm saying that there are people in the creative sector who are in photography who might also. It's extremely affordable.
So for how long can a user make use of this facility? I mean, for some people, at least for now, I'm not even going to consider renting a shop. Let me just use this. Okay, I have this money stored, so I'm saved somewhere. Let me just see. Invest it here and use it for the next 1 year. Is it doable, or there is a stipulated time frame that is allotted to an individual?
So essentially there's going to be a booking method. 360 Creative over in charge of that. They're doing a booking method. You book ahead. It is first come, first serve. So if you book today and you book for 5 days, if the 5 days are available, if you book ahead and say I'm booking for 10 days, if the 10 days are available, right? And don't also forget that I said it's just a pilot. It is one.
Okay.
While we are having all of that, we are taking our M&E and taking our learnings from there. We are looking for other partners to say, can we quickly open other places so that we can use, we can get, because I know that one space is not going to be enough, right? We're going to get overbooked very soon. That I know. So I'm saying that it is a booking method. You can use it for as long as you want. But also I'm sure that 360 Creative we also have some kind of method to say, okay, you have been here 5-10 times, and maybe somebody who has not even had a chance to come in at all. So there might be, it's not going to be casted in stone, but I mean that if you are smart enough, you can always book ahead. I was telling some people in my GL team this morning, and I was saying that, so if I am a tailor, right, and I charge 20, what I'm wearing now, okay, let me not begin to talk about the amount it's costing before somebody comes and say how much is your salary. I'm saying that so somebody, if you charge as much as 20,000 naira for a kaftan, right? And that's where our BSU unit comes in, because they help in terms of advisory and support for business owners. And then I have an order that is for like 10 orders. And that 10 orders, I have given my clients a 2 to 3 weeks delivery. Right?
Yes, please.
I'm talking as a business administrator, so I'm just trying to make it very simple. So if I take an order of 20,000 naira and times 10 is 200 naira, 200,000 naira, and you know that if you start, you can actually finish this in, let's say, 5 days. Or you can finish it in 10 days, right? So if you say, okay, I want to book this space for 10 days, that's 70,000 naira. And you know that whatever you have charged, every other thing that you're going to need is just maybe another 10 to 20% of what you have charged, right? It means at the end of the day, you could have gotten a 50% return on investment by planning ahead to use that space. You will deliver on time. You deliver quality. It means that people are going to come back to you to come and say, I want to sew more clothes, right? So I'm saying that the idea for me in terms of using this space is planning. To plan. Don't let customers come to you and say, I want the clothes tomorrow, and then you are going on the platform to go, I want to book 360, I want to use it. No. You need to learn your customers. Yes, I know that there are times that you have those kind of urgent jobs, but I'm saying that you have to make sure that you plan ahead. The very best way to take advantage of the hub is to work as a businessman or woman who plans, and that helps you to save a lot of money. Planning helps you save a lot of money.
All right then. For anyone who would like to tap into this opportunity now, because I know for some of the programs you run at LSCTF, it comes with requirement. What is required of a prospective user?
Essentially, our usual LASFA ID and our tax ID. Yeah, that's because this is taxpayers' money as well.
Just that?
Yep, at the moment. So if you must also have been a trained fashion, you can't go and use that machine and then it costs a lot of money. You have to also have the competence to be able to use the equipment that are in there, right? There will be training opportunities for employment.
You cannot use a local machine to train somebody and then you're saying you have a state-of-the-art machine.
Exactly. So now that is where 360 Creative because as I see as LSCTM, I'm not an expert when it comes to fashion, but 360 Creative Hub is an expert. They understand the subject, right? So they know how to, like now we just selected 30 beneficiaries who are going to be using this space tomorrow. 360 Creative Hub knows by just looking at basic information, they know who is ready, who can use who can use these machines, right? The people that we have chosen are going to come in there tomorrow morning earlier than every other person. We will know if they are able to use the machine. Now, but I'm saying that through our employability unit as well, we can still train more people in partnership with 360 to know how to use that machine. So essentially, if there are people out there who don't know how to use the industrial machine, but they have the skill, that's also an opportunity, because it means that once they learn how to use that machine, they can be able to say, oh, I can use the machine now. I can subscribe to use the hub as well. I mean, and then I can also I can create my own job.
Tell me about the duration per day. Is it something you can come in 12 to 12, or is it 8 to 8? I mean, I need to have a clear... I mean, for some people, they can afford to work from 8 to 10 p.m. For some people, they can afford to work 10 to 6. I hope it's not something that there is a deadline for everyone to leave the complex. Yeah. So we have an idea.
all of these are still subject to maybe conversation, but I know that normal period of work is either you do from 8 to 4, or 9 to 5, maybe maximum 6 p.m. Except maybe, like I said, the job managers who are the 360 creative hub, except maybe
don't forget the creative industry is a very flexible industry, so people choose to, they have flexible working hours.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That is where our expert now, the 360 creative, that's where they come in terms of scheduling. What's more important is scheduling. If you're able to schedule your activities properly, you will achieve the result. That's why we are all partners in this, both 360 creative.
Because I cannot pay 7K in a day for a space, and then I'll be making just one clothes in.
No, sure. That's the first thing I said earlier was planning. I use the word planning, right? You don't just come in and say, I've gotten one clothes, I want to sew, and I'm running to this. No. That's why I said that the 360 creative of themselves as a cluster, they have established fashion designers. They have established users cluster who are also going to handhold these hub users. So in terms of planning, the best way to take full advantage of the infrastructure in there is to plan your business activities properly.
Apparently, I just hope Blessing can join us, in this conversation, so she can give a clearer understanding to some of this, because I have some questions that only she would be able to answer, since she is the founder and MD of the Creative Innovation Hub. But then, you as a representative of LSCTF now, how does this translate to enterprise growth, job creation, and wealth for Lagos residents?
I think that is what we have been speaking about all day. Just make it now pinpointed. Right?
Exactly.
So the fund.
Because you have been speaking English.
Yes, I have to break it down into money language. Money language now. So I'll just put the scenario again, right? So I'm saying that I am a tailor, right? Or I've been trained as a tailor, or I've been trained as a pattern maker, I've been trained as an illustrator. But my biggest challenge is that I don't have access to several things: access to the infrastructure, access to the space to use, access to market as well. Because when I finish designing, who's going to buy it from me? What that entire space does for you is I help you create that. So at the initial stage, at last month, I do not have any income coming to me. I don't even have enough income coming to me because I don't have this access to this infrastructure. But once the hub is open, I come in, I schedule my time in, I put my advert out there. I'm a tailor, I have this. Now I get my orders. I book my time, I go in there. What I do from that, what I will have spent on rent, what I will have spent on buying a new machine, I'm able to save it. And then I'm not looking for a space to work. I'm not looking for job anymore. And I know that there's a space when I get these orders where I can work. And then I go in there and I begin to use the space. It means that first of all, that person now has something in his hand or her hand to work, and there's job creation from there.
All right.
How does it thrive? It means that I continue from there and I save what I will have spent on rent, what I will have spent on infrastructure as my savings. I save it. When I'm done saving it, I'm saying, I want to now go and become an entrepreneur myself. And then I can exit the hub. Let me set up myself. When I want to set up, I'm going to need people to work with me. It means I'm going to employ someone as well. And like I said, when you have all of those savings, you can still access our loans and our access to finance to improve what we might have saved in, and you can still employ more people.
Let me digress a bit. From your record, from your research, your project is LSETF. Have you been able to reduce the level of unemployment in Lagos, reducing street urchins and all of that?
So LSCF will be 10 years in 2026, and we have reached out to over 100,000 beneficiaries.
Over 100,000?
And created close to 300,000 jobs along the way.
What percentage is that?
Percentage of
given the population of Lagos, we have over 20 million Lagosians.
Now, but don't also forget that out of that 20 million people, there are entrepreneurs already existing who are not job seekers.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, from statistics, there are over there are about 8 million to 10 million enterprise persons in Lagos. That is already 50% of the population. Now, so it means that if we have 50% of the population who already have enterprise, you're saying that the remaining 50% don't have enterprise. Out of the remaining 50%, there are school, there are young generations in the way who are still up and coming, who are still in school, there are infants there. I'm saying that from a Lagos State perspective, we are moving level by level, and you must give it to Mr. Governor and also those who have been before Mr. Governor to say that there is a upward progression, right, of unemployment. If you when I was growing up in Lagos, I know how difficult it is for people to say I have a job. But now you see, when in Lagos, except you don't want to work, there's always an opportunity for you to get something in your hand, and you can grow from where you're starting from.
In Lagos today, there is always an opportunity. Only if you would leverage on all of these opportunities, you can. I mean, one of the things you can do is tune in at 10:15 here on Lagos Traffic Radio to listen to Accelerate. I'm not kidding here now, because for you to stay abreast of information like this, come on, you just have to listen. So let's talk about tomorrow's event. Tell me about this.
So tomorrow we're launching the 360 Creative Hub. So we're going to have a high-level event where we're going to have our commissioners and our board members come in and launch the hub. But the hub will be open to everyone from 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So 2 ways. So we already have beneficiaries who have been selected to use the hub tomorrow. Some of them will bring in the orders they already have from there. But now we are speaking to Lagosians. So do you have your Ashwebi that you are trying to do for an event, and you are looking for a good tailor or a pattern maker to help you? Do you have a wedding coming up? 30 December is just around the corner as well. Don't rush the tailor. There are going to be experts there tomorrow who can attend to you and give you also some discounted price. There will be consultants who can talk. So tomorrow from 1 p.m. the hub will be open.
Where is the hub?
The hub is at the 360 Creative and Innovation Hub. That is the Cooking Building, 349 Abbott Macaulay Way, Yaba. It's just in front of the MRS filling station, and I think beside the Union Bank. It's very quite conspicuous. I think Jumia has an office as well, there as well.
That's quite central for whether you are on the island or you are on the mainland, wherever you are, Yaba, you are at Surulere, or you are at Victoria. It's quite central. All right then. So who are we expecting tomorrow at the launch?
At the launch. So like I said, the initial launch time, right? It's an high-level event. That's when we're going to launch one. But from 1 p.m. in the afternoon, fashion enthusiasts, fashion designers, we're looking for Lagosians who are looking to just take a tour of the hub and see what value they can get in there. Are you looking to do some fashion designing? Are you a model? You want to come and take some of the pictures of things you have done?
Okay.
Just come in there tomorrow and enjoy your patronize persons who are in the hub. Are you a fashion enthusiast? Just go in there tomorrow. You see experts in and around, from fashion designers to pattern maker to illustrators, and you can engage them essentially. For
fashion enthusiasts and who would like to be a part of tomorrow's launch, how can they be a part of it? Okay, so
simply, if you go first of all even to our website www.lsctf.ng. It's there. If you also go to Instagram, just LSCTFNG, LinkedIn LSCTFNG, Facebook LSCTFNG, X LSCTF. Just type LSCTF. You see all of the information on our page. Simply, but to attend tomorrow, just like an enthusiast, just register. You don't take more than 3 minutes to register. Register, and then we can send you an email with further information on every other. Tomorrow as well. Last round is going to be on ground tomorrow. So if you want to do your last round,
if you want to do your last round,
LRS will be on ground as well. If you have tax, if you are coming as illegal chance, you want to get your tax, because these are basic criteria that are needed for you to be able to access LSCTF intervention. And even Lagos, basically, if you are a Lagos chance, you be in the tax bracket, because for us to be able to achieve some of the things that we have achieved as a government, it's in taxpayers essentially. So last one is going to be on ground for residential registration, and LRS as well will be on ground.
All right, public-private partnerships is a key factor when it comes to sustaining a business. What's the role of partnership in keeping this hub impactful?
I've been looking forward to this question, right? Just to say that the reason why we are here in the first place is because there's a partnership. We're here today because there's a partnership between government, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and then the 360 Creative and Innovation Hub. Right, that is one. what does partnership needs to do to keep it running? Government cannot have invested what we have invested there and continue to invest continuously like that in that place. We need to think of, do we need to go somewhere else? Do we need to go and open other? Just talk about Lagos is 22 million people. So why do we need partners? We need partners to there are organizations who have CSR funding, who have other kind of funding, who can say, oh, this kind of project aligns with our objective. Can we do something for the government? So that's number one. There are people who say, oh, I want to do some support for the hub users. Do we want to go for an international fair, right? So partnership is what sustains that hub. And because government needs to go do solve other problems as well. If we have private sector partners who are coming in, what they can do is to help in the sustain. Not that we have started now, and after 1 year we are saying, where is the hub?
All right,
partnership sustains the viability of the hub itself.
As we begin to take this home this morning, what's your advice to Lagos resident listening to us right now?
As I'm going to sound exactly the way I sounded the last time I came, and like I said, there are three things I said. Act. We said assess, create, and thrive. Now, if you're a young person out there, you've listened to me for the past 30 minutes or maybe 25 minutes, you couldn't.
Almost 35 minutes.
35 minutes. I didn't have been talking for that long. Yeah. All right. And if Mr. Governor and the LSCTF board, the ES and the executive as well have made this kind of opportunity available to you, you need to act. You need to act upon it. You need to find out how you can use this to achieve your life's goal. Don't sleep on it. Please accelerate Lagos.
All right. Don't sleep. Wake up. The words of Ayobabi Okonla. All right, he is the head special project at LSCTF. It's been a very, very interesting conversation this morning on Accelerate Lagos. And this is where we'll get to draw the curtains on today's edition of the show. We have discussed 360 Creative Hub, powering creativity, partnerships, and opportunities. Maximum thanks to you for coming on the program. Big shout out to Oluremi Aluku and the entire social media team. And of course, big thanks to Victor Terry. Our executive producer is Taiwo Baruwa. I remain Taiwo Baruwa. The program makes a return next week, Wednesday at 10:15. Enjoy the rest of your day, Lagos.